Are humpback whales sending us underwater smoke signals? Deep beneath the ocean's surface, something remarkable is happening. Imagine a giant humpback whale, 30 tons of pure muscle and intelligence, swimming up to a diver, pausing, and then blowing a perfect ring of bubbles that hovers and spins in the water. Is it just playing, hunting, or could it be trying to say something? Today on Fresh Science Daily, we dive into a fascinating mystery, the underwater smoke signals of humpback whales, and what they might be trying to tell us. So, what exactly are whales doing? Humpback whales are famous for their haunting songs that echo for miles, but now researchers have documented them creating intricate rings and spirals of bubbles, not just for hunting, but seemingly for communication. These bubbles are made when a whale blows air through its blowhole while swimming in a precise pattern. The result? A floating ring or spiral that drifts upward like a gentle underwater smoke signal. Scientists have long known that whales use bubble nets to trap schools of fish, but when these patterns appear away from hunting, with divers nearby, something else could be happening. Could this really be a form of language? Divers who've witnessed it say it feels like an invitation, or sometimes a clear warning. This is my space. When a humpback swims close and releases a slow, perfect bubble ring right in front of you, it's hard not to feel like you've been handed a message. Wordless, but impossible to ignore. Scientists now think these bubble structures might be visual signals, much like body language or even signs. It's a way to communicate underwater where sound isn't always enough, or when the whales want to be silent but clear. Why bubbles at all? In nature, whales are masters of sound. Humpbacks sing long, complex songs to attract mates and coordinate migration. But bubbles add something new, a visual code. When hunting, bubble nets are ingenious tools. One or more whales swim in spirals, blowing bubbles that rise and trap schools of fish inside a circle of shimmering walls. The fish panic and cluster tightly, making an easy meal. But these solitary rings, far from feeding, suggest whales might be using the same tool for a very different reason, one we're only beginning to decode. How do you decode a whale's bubble ring? Researchers film these encounters and analyze the whale's body language, timing, and surroundings. Was the whale alone? Near other whales? Near humans? Was there food involved? In some cases, whales seem to repeat the same ring pattern again and again when divers approach. One diver described a humpback that released a ring every time he drifted closer, but stopped when he backed away. It's as if the whale was saying, "Stay back," or maybe, "Come closer, but slowly." Each new encounter adds a clue, but the puzzle is far from solved.
Do humpbacks really have the brain power for this?
Absolutely. Humpbacks have some of the largest brains of any living animal. They navigate thousands of miles, learn complex songs, pass culture down through generations, and coordinate hunts in groups. Recent studies even suggest some whales remember old feeding spots for decades and teach younger whales to use them. So, creating a visual signal, a shape in the water to send a message, is well within their capabilities. For scientists, this is more evidence that we're only scratching the surface of cetacean intelligence. So, what happens if they really are talking to us? If we accept that whales use these bubbles to communicate with each other, and maybe even with humans, it pushes us to rethink how we interact with them in the wild. Divers and whale watchers may need to learn to read these signs. A bubble ring might be a polite warning, not a show. It's also a reminder. In the deep, whales have their own languages, not just songs in the dark, but delicate rings of breath that float like smoke signals across an ancient underwater world. So, next time you see a photo of a graceful bubble ring drifting through blue water, remember, it might be more than just a trick. It could be a message from a whale that wants us to listen with our eyes, not just our ears. What do you think these giants are trying to tell us? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you love mysteries where nature surprises us, hit subscribe and join us for the next deep dive, right here on Fresh Science Daily.